Track inspections are the safest way to keep a track aligned. However, if there's a defect, you have to warn this. But however, if it doesn't warn the train, it can lead to a serious derailment. And that's exactly what happened in Batavia 31 years ago today. This is the story of the 1994 Batavia N.Y train derailment. On August 2nd, 1994, Amtrak train number 49, also known as the Westbound Lakeshore Limited, was heading from New York to Chicago, Illinois. The train consisted of only two locomotives, both being H-44 EACs, that being 374 and 207 trailing. They reported 2 material handling cars, 1 baggage car, 3 coaches, and a lounge car. But when they made a stop at Albany, New York, additional 9 cars were added. That being 1 dome car, a dining car, 3 more coaches, a sleeping car, and another baggage car. After the 9 cars were loaded, the train set off, not knowing that things will turn disastrous. During the night on August 3rd, the train reached Dorchester in New York and later departed at 3:30 a.m. Then, the train tracked a defect detector, which indicated there were no defects on the wire. The train passed a stopped Conrail train, but the crew noticed something. Sparks were flying from the coaches. They tried to warn the Amtrak train, but it happened. The train derails. What you're about to hear was a guy telling you about this crash. Take a listen. The NFTA had a very derailed report available for public viewing about the derailment. It gives sight to what happened and how the comes to the derailment was proved with roll system derails. FYI, if you know where is the Genesee County given in the NYS EMS recognition. He awarded the special the Amtrak derailment. Much of the band still remember riding on the back of the Conrail dock and seeing as the mist wind. It looked really cars turned outside like toys. These trucks and sandboxes suddenly the event much bigger. So the normal cause of the user the really responsible that day. Same report. It is also a beautiful reminder that the wonderful person that last day in London was working on the end of that day memorial. They saw many other patients were wounded in the wreck. She was proudest. It was her first one to the doctor. I recognized that she was remember who can say Germans. It was also to serve vision. I've seen a lot of characters in my essays. However, they will all go down on my top fighter. Tradition I know one died in the days. Those people were given a second chance to make a difference in the world. Hope they all well today. The 302 bomb bill connected crew was all Sergeant Thomas Clark, subject to destruction, but Grizzly County Sheriff Maria across to lift the wreckage to search for possible survivors or bodies. The Lakeshore Limited was traveling from New York City to Chicago when it around about 3:45 a.m. So I spoke to Howard Robinson. It was foggy, and I just stopped running. The National Weather Service said it got very surreal for a minute. Said Jim Lamb, who was probably trained in New York City. That's not really good. It tipped over. All was very calm. There was no screaming or exclamations. After the passengers were taken away, the twisted train wreck was lifted with the baby bottles and baby clothes. 9 cars were off the tracks and onto their sides. Roof sides were smashed and seats were dangling off the windows. The train had 2 locomotives and 16 cars. The speed of the train intersection with this occurred at 79 miles an hour, but it was unclear how the train was going. Robinson said the NTSB investigation was speculated Wednesday morning. Sheriff spokesman Rush Long said 1 of our people were injured. That was emergency workers described as serious. Among the passengers were a 20-year-old Scott from Massachusetts. One Scott said he said my friends were looking at the sky when the car started to shake. All the cars behind him derailed. I defended it all week. I said, I dreamed this might happen. More than 40 ambulances supplied the scene. The injuries were taken 35 miles east from Buffalo, New York. About 45 miles from the West Long said. We probably received dozens of victims in Doug Jones Station, the Grease Memorial in Batavia, New York. Most of them been awakened, convinced, and said that the families know we're alright. The passengers are starting to safely of Batavia in New York. Stops unlimited, carrying passengers from Boston to the Northern Batavia, Robinson said.